Hi guys, for this tutorial I'm just remaking something I've made before, and I just wanted to do a quick tutorial to show you my version or my take on it. It's like that stone ivory effect. So the only two clays I'm using is leather effect in nut and leather effect in ivory. Anything else you need will be above the comments below. Okay, so I'm just going to go and roll some, I'm putting that to one side for now, and I'm just going to roll some Fimo ivory out on a number 2, and then I'll be back. You'll see how much. Okay. Okay, so I've rolled it out onto a number 2. It did take a bit of conditioning. It's quite dry, this one that I've got. Now, the next thing I want to do is some sort of weaving. So you need some sort of a texture. Now I'm going to do 2 different textures, but they're both the sort that will show right for trying to do the weaving. So I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm just going to start to take some strips of, I'll say this one first, which is a kind of a rope look. So I'm being a good girl and using my acrylic block and not just the palm of my hand like I usually would. Oh, there must have been something on that. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not using it that thick and we'll be painting it, so it'll be good. I get better give that a bit of a clean. Took it straight out of the box, and I'm terrible for putting things away dirty and cleaning them before I use them. It's a habit I've got to get out of. It's disgusting, I tell you, disgusting. Okay, so I'm thinking I might have to do some more, but that one looks clean. Gonna do a couple of these. I don't want them quite this thick. I'll cut them to size, but and also you're going to need a, I haven't got it out yet, you're going to need a cutter. I'm choosing to do a kind of a shield shape. So that's what I did before, and I liked it. Right, okay, let's see what we get from this. Oh, this clip on this microphone, it just constantly undoes and then falls. Oh, at least I've got a microphone now. Right, just going to separate these so I can see what I've got. Probably get one from that. Right. 3 might be enough. I'll try it with 3. Hope I don't have to come back and do another one. Right, I want them to be probably about that thickness. So I'm going to aim to get them all roughly the same. Straighten that one up. Right. So there's 3 done. I think I'm going to have to do this one again, and rather than clean the cutter, I'll probably choose a different one because that looks like it's going to take a while to clean. Oh, I hadn't cleaned the brush, now it's gone blue. Oh God, do I ever learn? It's a good job it's probably not going to show. I think I'll be covering that over and be able to clean that off. I'll clean the surface off anyway, so I'll pretend it's not there for a minute. Actually, no, I'll clean it now. Well, I'll clean the surface part now. I can't really get to the rest. There you go. This is... Oh, you've got to laugh, haven't you? Right, so I'm going to take 3 about the same size from here. So I'm just going to weave them. So I shall put, which way shall I do it? Do it this way. So I'll just press the tops down, put them next to each other. This is a lot easier to do with a sturdier clay. It doesn't pull and get longer and this, that and the other when you're doing it, which is what makes it, it's a bit wet, that table, which is what makes it more fun to do it. See if I can get those ends to hold down. I don't think, let me just quickly, I'm just going to grab the cutter and I'll be back because I need to assess if I'm going to be able to get 2 pieces out of that. Okay, so yeah, I cut a few more strips of each just so I've got enough, because when I put the cutter I'm planning on using against it, I realised. So just going to put that up as high as I can. And have I got anything I can use for that? Need a ball tool. That's a bit big, but hopefully I can just push that down a little bit, just to give it some sort of a 3D look. No, behave. So now, just going to carefully lift the opposite ones. I'm also going to gently push that in first. And then bet this one up. And bring that down. That one down. I'm just trying to tidy it up because I can see I've sort of left bigger gaps in certain areas than others. I've only just realised. It's alright because it's going to have a backing on, but I don't mind it being slightly different organically, but you could almost have put a bridge between a couple of them. Right, I'll see where we're at with the cutter. So just probably need one more row. one should be wide enough. Which way is that cutter cutting? Right. I'll just cut away this excess a minute. And I'm not going to be using any sort of cling film because I don't want to press on the texture at all, because it's nice and sort of 3D. So when I use the cutter, I'm just going to put it straight on. Right. So just choose my favourite area to go. Do I want it straight? No. I'll have it at this angle, I think. Just looking for the... Right. Okay. Just going to remove the excess. And just hope this will come out. Yeah. A little bit there didn't cut. Okay. So that's what I call your centerpiece. So I'm just going to move that to one side. I'm just debating whether to paint it now or after. I think I'm just going to put that into the oven just like that as it is, and then when I bring it out, then I can paint it and stain it, and then we can add the back. Okay, so that's going to go in the oven at the manufacturer's recommended temperature, and then I shall see you on the other side. Okay, so this is out of the oven. It's the back and the front. So now I just want to paint it with something. So I don't want to use black. I know a lot of people do. So I'm using a pearl chocolate. So I'll see how this comes out. So I'm just going to make sure I get it in everywhere. Try not to miss any bits. It's easier to wipe it off, but harder to re-add. So just trying to see it from all angles, though, isn't it? I'm going to do down the side as well, and just clean it off because they will be visible. I might have to paint over it. I'll see how it looks. The back that I'm adding is the nut, isn't it? It's very similar brown to this. Right, so I think I've got it all. So I'm just going to grab a cloth and just wipe off the excess. You can use a cloth or you can use a wet one, whatever suits. I am going to go around the sides though, I think. I don't know if I want to keep them light. No, I'm going to paint the sides so they stay dark, just my choice. I think it'll look nice. And then I'm going to be leaving this to dry as soon as I've done that. And then I'll be back when it's dry. Okay, so I've rolled the nut out now on a number 2. So I cut one piece out straight, which will be for the back. Saying that, I'm just thinking about it. I'm going to redo that on a thinner setting. This is a 0, and I'm just marking the clay here because I want to allow a certain amount of room around it where I cut it. So that's going to be this, so to speak. And then try and get a fairly even pattern around it of the same depth all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect, but as close as you can get. With these bendy blades and this leather effect, it's hard to cut through, so it's harder than the normal blade, I mean. Right, okay, I don't know if that's the thickness I want it or a little bit less. I'm just going to bring it all in a little bit. So I'm looking at probably about 5mm, maybe a bit more. Enough so it comes round the side and also comes out a bit. So I've got to texture this as well, just to give it some little bit of oomph. But I don't want to take away from the front pattern, so I'll just be leaving it the one colour. Now, I'm going to have to round these edges off a bit too. I'll tidy it all up once I've textured it, but I just want a basic shape. So, don't think that's big enough, is it? Actually, it is. I don't think I want that. Yeah, I'm just going to use this pattern here, but I have to make sure I cover it right. It's not big enough. Nope, I'm going to have to grab something bigger. 2 seconds. This is prepared as ever. Let's just find something that will do. Trying to find something of one colour. I've got so many bits that are lots of different. Like you know, you get more than one on each one. So I need it to be a bit bigger. So I'm just gonna press it now, so it's got a bit of a texture, and then probably have to reshape it and all. Definitely have to reshape it. Okay, let's just get put it roughly back where it was. Excuse me. Just gonna try and make sure I've got the same sort of depth of pattern all the way around, because I think I've just noticed it sort of stretched in some areas and not others. Trying to get it just roughly the same. Okay, I'll do, I think. I'll just round it off now. Okay. Hopefully that's going to fit nicely. Let's have a look and see. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to get some liquid clay. Now it's rounded, so I'm going to make sure I get it around the edge as well. Although I will push the back in. I'll put some in the centre as well, because I'll ease it in. Okay. So I'm just easing the back in, of which we've got another cover for, so I'm not too worried. And then I'm just going to try and bring it in, hopefully quite evenly. one or two there, one. Okay, so I've got quite a pattern that I can play with a little bit. I think I might play with that because then when you're happy with how it's sort of cupping it, so that's my front, that's the back at the moment, and I'm just going to get this as well, check which side is going, that's the side going inwards, so this is the side I need textured. I'm just going to give it a very fine texture with something. There we go, crepe paper will do. Then I'm going to push that in to the gap. It's a bit big actually, I think now. I have to trim that up a little bit. Okay. Just going to take it in all the way around a little bit because I think it's given just a little bit because of the texture in it. Although I didn't think I pressed that hard. Okay, and I'm going to put this back onto here, and then I'll use the crepe paper again to apply pressure. Just be careful where you're applying pressure because it's only this white bit at the front you can really press on. And I just need to get my little stamper. Okay, so I'll just tidy that up, and then that's going to go also into the oven again, just to finish it off. Okay, and I'll see you again on the other side. Okay, so I just finished it off. It's out of the oven. I've literally put a jump ring through and added a bail with some brown suede cord. There's the back. What I did was I got the pearl brown chocolate and added that just to that part of the back and left the rest as it was. And then I literally went around this edge just with my finger and just edged it, so that just sort of gave it a little bit of a something that sort of goes with the bail, if you know what I mean. So I'll show it you close up and you can see it's ever so nice in 3D. Okay, oops a daisy, that's my words of the day, isn't it? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching.